Magical nigga. If you owe me, pay me in gold. Not interested in your checks. Better yet, you better invest and pay me in Hex. Vest and pay me in Hex. Vest and
What's
pay
going
me
on,
in
everybody? It's your host of Crypto Wonder. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is doing great. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So now, we're one day closer to the next all-time high for Hex. One day closer to the Pulsechain mainnet launch and Pulse X. Let's get it for real. Let's keep things in perspective here. Ding, 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 ding. Birdman game crazy. Let's keep things in perspective here, you know? Sometimes this doesn't even feel like a bear market. Like people say bear market. It doesn't really feel like back in 2018 days or 2019 days. I'm going to keep it real. That was a devastating bear market period. Woo! Some more of the Birdman game. So all right. I'm just gonna highlight a couple things, then I'm a not hold you too long. It's no secret that right now Richard just basically shat on all his adversaries who thought he couldn't make it to the States. For whatever reason, these naysayers believe that he couldn't come to the States. He debunked all that recently. We see that, right? He's debunked all of them. So now, the crazy thing about it is, to me, it seems like certain things are unfolding, and I'm going to get to that. But now that he's in the States, and basically middle finger to all the people who thought he couldn't come to the States, hobnobbing with, Hexicans, having a good time as he does. I mean, I saw a video where he's on a pole doing this stuff. I mean, hey. Yo, that was funny. That meme is funny. It's gonna circulate because that's Richard in his classic form, making people laugh, because that's what he does too, man. But God bless his mind, though, for what he's invented in Hex and what he's helping to create. Like the people that are pushing to create Pulsechain and Pulse X. It's like, listen, man, we got to put the good energy out there so that the development continues to be put forth, and that it's sound, and that everything good that needs to go into into that blockchain and DEX goes into it, where there is no interruptions, no hiccups, no anything, just greatness. We got to put forth that energy out there, man. Seriously. Because everyone is going to benefit from that. Everyone is going to benefit from that. And especially people who've been in the system as far as crypto for a minute, who have sacrificed. We already freaking won. We won. We already won. It's just that life is about to catch up to us now. Because we know just have it in your mind. Have it in your mind already. You're already in the position that you want to dream of becoming in. You're there now. Life just has to catch up to you. Because in some circles I've picked up in my short lifespan, there's no such thing as time. We just need time to measure things, and I get it. So right now, it's not about when it launches or how long it's going to take. Always know right now you're already a winner. You're a winner. Period. So now, being that we're all winners, waiting for life to catch up to us and bring us this illustrious blockchain called Pulse, and this fantastic, stupendous DEX to complement Pulsechain called PulseX. Courting Hex on Pulse. Being that we're waiting for these things, right? And we're watching Richard entertain the world in his travels. There's something I gotta say. I know some of you are happy that he connected with Bitboy since he's been in the States. I'm not too happy about that, and I'm going to tell you why. I think Bitboy is just sort of like an opportunist. When he had the opportunity to educate his audience, his masses, to tell them about Pulsechain, he did not. But talked about it after the fact. Oh, but y'all going to say, wait a minute. Bitboy has millions of followers. Who cares? Just because a person has a million view followership or a million subscribers, whatever, million plus, however millions, doesn't mean that's a quality crop of viewership. Because you all listened, sad to say, you've all listened to this man's shill projects. It's like he was one of the main ringleaders out of the enclave or collective of YouTubers who just receive money to talk to their audience about whatever they're getting paid to talk to, irrespective if they get wrecked or not. They got paid. They got their bag. Whether they get the coins, they get their money on. I don't know how they do what they do. And Bitboy was on the top of that list. But y'all gave him a pass because he's been changing his tune recently. Why has he been changing his tune about Hex and Richard recently? Why all of a sudden does he have a man crush for Richard? I mean, if this translates to them being his group or his audience being educated about what Richard talks about in terms of how crypto even works, forget about Hex, but how crypto works, period, then that's good. But if Bitboy's on the hot seat still because of Celsius and is under scrutiny and reaching out for some type of friendly lifeline and caught Richard's hand, I just don't want anything negative that's falling on to Bitboy to fall on to Rich. That's me, man. I don't want the smoke that Bitboy's going to get from whoever's watching him to go anywhere near Richard. Because Richard warned you guys, not Hexagon, but warned Bitboy and his crew and the whole YouTube, the whole crypto space about the horrors that come when you deal with third parties and how that is not crypto. But he's rubbing shoulders with Bitboy. Richard knows what he's doing. Who am I? He's the founder that made it something that went 10,000x in 623 days. I just talk shit in a blog. That's what What do I know? I just don't really forget things. Bitboy is not someone I'm just gonna like easily just oh yeah, but nah, it's not a good look. Not a good look. Not him. Out of all the people he could have linked up with, it doesn't even have to be somebody with 1 million followers. Who cares? I mean, he could have picked somebody else. And whoever. Somebody else. Not him. Not this guy. This dude is hot. And not for the good reasons. He's hot. Like, you leave that one alone. He's too hot. Too hot. Tell you, man. But they already met. So this is just me giving you like This is the episode Wonders Recap of the last few days. Fast forward to another guy that Richard ended up communicating with. Yeah, I had to kind of like take a deep breath because he ended up communicating with the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a better lot of individuals that exist, right? Am I missing something, people? Am I bugging out? Y'all could write me in the comments and say, listen, Wonder, you off base. Belfort is A1. You could tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me something. Am I being too critical about Bitboy and Jordan Wolf of Wall Street Belfort? Like, am I missing something? Or could Richard not have like linked up with some better people who didn't have to deal with any type of smoke? Well, like, they're hot. Even Belfort, he's still hot to me. He's hot. Like, you looking, nah, bruh. Dude ain't it. Yeah, he got a history. Go do your research. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking to Jordan Belfort because what? Like, again, another millions of subscribers? Man, I'm waiting for Pulsechain to deliver us from evil. Seriously, man. Like, yo, Richard. This is why I've always said, and I've said this, and I might have to, keep sharing. Richard needs to have a good quality core, like resource, a group of people around him that's just gonna kind of like keep him in tune with what's really going on out here, man. He can't do it all for himself by himself. Like he needs like to link up at least a public relations person for real, who's gonna help him tap into the people he needs to tap into. I mean, like, a stylist to keep him looking, fresh to death. A core group of people that's just gonna tell him what it is. And not just like, oh no, everything. Because I don't know about that Jordan, that Wolf guy. Like he got smoke behind him too from way back. True story types. That guy got history with financial crimes. Like, what? This is what what we doing? I don't know. But Richard, I'm glad he's enjoying himself in the States and all that other stuff. But another thing I noticed. So he made an update talking about how there are two teams, red team and a blue team, really trying to, I guess, attack the system that we know of as Pulsechain, right? They're doing their best to attack it in a multitude of different ways to then prove that it's solid, right? That it's a go. Like, just red team, blue team, go. They just doing everything they got to do. So, but what I'm saying to myself is, and I think I saw this message on Twitter and it made me think, if you go into those lengths to have two teams basically take charge on attacking the chain, wouldn't that suggest or imply that the chain is pretty much complete? I don't know, man. Look, don't look, man. Yes, I'm a dreamer. Don't be mad. I'm a dreamer. I've said this a long time ago. I'm not a developer, man. I'm just ordinary person. That's all I am. Just a regular person. I believe Pulsechain was ready, been ready. That's just me. That's just how I feel. Just how I feel. And each day goes by, I'm more and more bullish. Like, it's just, here's an extra ounce of bullish. Tomorrow's gonna be the same thing if I'm blessed to see tomorrow. I think it's ready. It's just going through whatever it has to go through to make it, to launch it. I don't know. I just feel like it's ready. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all. But he has these guys, this team, I don't know, 2 teams, red team, blue team, working on the blockchain. Why would you work on something that's not completely finished? I mean, I don't know how these things work, but I'm just applying common sense here, which I know is not always common, but I'm just applying common sense. Why would you work on a blockchain that's not complete? Of course, if someone's going to attack it or do tests to see, whatever attack, quote unquote, vectors there are, backdoors, whatever DDoS attack vulnerabilities, if it was not complete, it wouldn't need to be done because it's incomplete, right? There are just too many vulnerabilities at that point. But why would you test anything? Why would you test a car if it's not already built? You understand? Why would you test drive a car if it's not already built? And if it's, hey, maybe I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a computer science. I'm speaking, out of complete ignorance at that point. I'm speaking out of ignorance, but also excitement, enthusiasm for this. Listen here, man, like for real, what Pulsechain is about, I don't care what, listen, man, I don't care what any of y'all in crypto world think. Just know Pulsechain is breaking the crypto internet. It's going to break it early in the game. Look what's going on right now in the community. Like, I mean, seriously, you got meme coins fighting utility tokens. You have meme coins fighting utility tokens right now. Right now. Within the community. So the anticipation is crazy. And while we wait, people are doing what they got to do to build, to continue to build. Because guess what? Everything good that's happening on this side right here, on the Ethereum side, is going to be copied onto Pulse. What am I talking about with the whole meme versus, let me give an example. Pulse Doge, meme coin, meme versus Hedron versus Icosa. Okay? Something that Richard gave a favorable light to not too long ago as far as Hedron. And what Alex has created something that has good code, audited, utility. He's even loosely spoke about it in Twitter spaces. He was informing the people who were talking about NFTs, that Twitter, where there was 3,300 people in that Twitter space. Richard was educating them about how now with Hex is a way that you can encapsulate stakes and trade them. Facts. And what's the only product right now that you can encapsulate stakes and trade them? Hedron. He just didn't want to say it, but he gave shout out to them. Shout out to Hedron. He gave, basically his indirect green light to that in a way of approval. So that's why I've been telling you suckers over at Liquid Loans and all you other people who got at me for talking about Liquid Loans, why don't you show? But you can't show anything because you got to wait for Pulsechain to launch. But even still, show the code, show him, talk to him, connect with him. And I don't even think Alex from Hedron and Icosa, the founder of Hedron and Icosa, even directly communicated with Richard. He let his work speak for itself, man. You can't even front on that. He let his work speak for itself. And Richard gave the indirect approval, which is a win for everybody, because what Hedron and Icosa are doing is also an extreme direct benefit to Hex, to pumping up Hex. I don't know what Pulse Doge is doing. Hey, what did the man say too in another stream, Richard? What do we rather have? Meme coins? But is the founder of Pulse Doge gonna really have a discussion with Richard and battle him on that? No, of course that's not gonna happen, because that's gonna wreck his bags. Why would he do that? But you got believers, you know, who just pray to whatever, to whatever's going on. These side projects, side bars, outside of whatever you know should be really concentrated on, just to get some kind of multiples in the meantime, you know, before we get to the Pulsechain and Pulsex launch. But that's how it is. That's how it is. You see what happened with Conrad Zen, who months ago, I even did a video about him. He basically lambasted Twitter, the whole Twitter space, talking about how if nobody's going to really watch his videos or support him, he's not making videos anymore. Well, man, you're only putting out 2 videos a month. So I was like, what is he talking about? How you feel like you taking this position? Like, some people, I just don't understand what they talking about, man. You taking all this position, but you're only putting out minimal energy. You expect people to what? Tug on your schlong? For what? For what? I want to say some of these guys grandiose, delusions of grandeur. Like, they suffer from like this. I'm serious, man. Like, and what are you producing? What are you creating in the world? You creating a shit coin that came out wacky, or out the gate came out wacky. Like, people were just like, oh, stay away from this, red flag. Pulse Police checked it out. Red flag. Don't even go nowhere near this joint. So pay attention to those who are now favorably talking about it. But when it first came out in the first couple days, this thing is a copy of Safe Moon, son. Like, what we doing? Those reflector contracts, like Safe Moon, come right. Like, this is what this guy producing, man. A person who used to sit with Richard and make videos that Richard basically revered. And you put out, yo, man, I don't know. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. It's a terrible thing to waste. I can't speak for the actions of others. I could only speak for the action of mine. But when I see crazy, I'm going to talk about it. Now, that's a little bit crazy. You hold, like, that's one guy, yo. You see him talk to Richard about, because he used to be a Bitcoin advocate. Now he became a Hex advocate. I'm talking about Conrad Zen. And you hear them talk, you're just like, oh, you feel like you need to meditate, and it's about to be like the battle of the intelligent ones, or at least a discourse, an even exchange of thoughts, ideas, principles. How do you move forward? How do you identify X, Y, and Z? Like, this is like teaching moments. And then for him to do this, you create a copy from like a contract like Safe Moon to put out there. A coin, like, out of all these years, you pick now to pull out a coin. You try to follow these other folks who came onto the crypto scene out of nowhere. You got people who just came onto the crypto scene out of nowhere and putting out coins and talking about, oh, you know, this coin, sacrifice for this, sacrifice for that, donate for this, donate for that. Ever since the whole Pulse chain, because of the whole, what? Pulse is copying Ethereum. I don't know why, but that's the trend. That's been the trend. But Conrad, of all people, like, you've been in there, like, you've been since the beginning of the beginning, right? But folks, look, this is why it's important to do your research. This is why it's important. You can't listen to everybody. You don't even listen to me. You have to do the work and trust yourself before you trust anybody you hear. Richard has earned that trust because the math supports what he's said and what he's done. The code backs him up. The code, such as Hex, extremely substantiates his position in this space. That's why he's earned the trust of the people so well. And that's why he's vilified by his haters so much. Because instead of listening to him or duplicating what he's done, they were opposing his views, and look at where they're at and look where he's at. Or look how his community has benefited, look at what their community has done, how it's affected their community, the opposing viewers. It's no comparison. So be careful who you listen to out here, man. I'm throwing myself in that mix, man. And one way you could identify crazy, when a person is showing you a certain constant behavior, whatever sets of behavior is showing you, right? Whatever they keep doing. If they just all of a sudden change up, pay attention. If they just change up their routine or their patterns, first of all, the patterns will say who they are. Look at their track history and everything they've done, right? If everything is kind of like average, whatever, according to your scope and your subjective benchmark indicators, pay attention to those things. If the indicators straight, just basically signal, oh, this guy's on the level. Pay attention to those indicators. Pay attention to the past behaviors of others. But sometimes folks just come out and you don't know their track history, so you got to now trust your gut instinct, your intuition. And that normally doesn't lie to you. Some of these guys, man, they're not here for the right reasons, man. They're just agents. They move like agents. I don't care. It's the truth. Try to be, infiltrate, see which way, how they could fit in, when they could fit in, and then out of nowhere something happens that they do that, that's not beneficial to people. That's why you got to be careful out here in these crypto streets. But doesn't take away from the fact these things are happening because they know Pulsechain is coming. It's going to be great for everyone involved. I'm telling you. Know and believe and claim your position right now in your mind. Know that you're wealthy in mind, body, and spirit. It's just that life has to catch up to you. And when that happens, you'll know Pulsechain Mainnet launched. I'm out. Take care.